how do you handle pressure when it comes to these high stakes scenarios? I know you're talking about consistency and a little bit of of all that, but is there like a technique you use? Because those listening and watching, whether they're in baseball or in business, like what kind of tips can you share? Because I know some people like affirmations they tell themselves. What about for yourself?
I think for me, I used to not like if I was nervous before a start or if I was nervous before something, I would always try to like control it or find a way to not be nervous. And I think now I just like with anything, it's just like that's not super important, I guess. Like I'll be whether
Yeah.
I'm nervous or I'm not, like if I look at my stats or if I look at like the outcome of the game, like a lot of times how I feel before or during doesn't really affect how I pitch. Like it's just kind of like an emotion associated
Hmm.
or it's there in the background while I'm pitching. And the more I just like try to you like trust your training and not try to like feel your emotions so much. You just go and like I practice this all week. I do this. I do that. Like you almost try to remove yourself from that. It's not. It's
Right.
obviously easier said than done, but I think a
Yeah.
lot of it is just like not really putting too much weight into how I feel. It's more about just like what I'm trying to like get this done. It's just like trust your training, not
Hmm.
how do I feel inside. I guess I try to not like think
Yeah.
too hard about that. And I used to a lot, but now it's just try to just however I feel, just try to execute as best as I can, and then just one pitch at a time, and try to simplify, to try to control what I can control.
That's kind of refreshing to hear because I feel like a lot of what goes on in society, and to some ways it does make sense. Like Tony Robbins always talks about how you feel and the inspiration inside you, burn inside you. But the way you kind of portrayed that, I think that's a better way to approach things depending on the person. But I'll definitely take that into account. So I appreciate that. I think the audience will
Yeah, no
too.
problem.